Mr. President, when most Americans think of cybersecurity, they conjure up an image of somebody having a credit card number stolen, for example, or a prankster using their Twitter account, or somebody downloading a movie without paying. And that is all true, and it's important, but it's not dangerous. The internet is central to our lives, our economy, and our society. Any insecurity is a worry. I will expand. But we're here today because the experts are warning us that we are on the brink of something much worse, something that could bring down our economy, rip open our national security, or even take lives. The prospect of mass casualty is what has propelled us to make cybersecurity a top priority for this year, to make it an issue that transcends political party or ideology. Consider the warning signs. Hackers now seem to be able to routinely crack the codes of our government agencies, including the most sensitive ones. Our Fortune 500 companies, they do routinely. And then everything in between. Admiral Mike Mullen, former Joint Chiefs Chairman, said that a cybersecurity threat is the only other threat that's on the same level as Russia's stockpile of nuclear weapons, loose nukes, if you will. FBI Director Robert Mueller testified to Congress very recently that the cyber threat will soon overcome terrorism as the top national security focus of the FBI. Think about that. Cyber will be as dangerous as terrorism. Cyber threats and the prospects of a widespread cyber attack could potentially be as devastating to this country as the terror strikes that tore apart this country just 10 short years ago. So how is that possible, you ask? Think about how many people could die if a cyber terrorist attacked our air traffic control system, both now and when it's made modern, and our planes slammed into one another. Or rail switching networks were hacked, causing trains carrying people, and more than that, perhaps hazardous material, toxic materials, to derail or collide in the midst of our most populated urban areas like Chicago, New York, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., et cetera. What about an attack on networks that run a pipeline, refinery, or a chemical factory, causing temperature and pressure imbalance, leading to an explosion equivalent to a massive bomb? Or an attack on a power grid, shutting down generators that kill electricity going into cities and our hospitals. In short, we are on the brink of what could be a calamity. President Bush's last Director of National Intelligence, President Obama's first Director of National Intelligence in consecutive years said that cybersecurity was the major national security threat facing this nation. Are we paying attention? Now, we can act now and try and prepare ourselves as best as we can, or we can wait and we will be surprised with what happens. I'm here to argue that we should act now to prevent a cyber disaster.